Hey everyone, today I'll be showing you my dream PC build. And the first clip you're seeing here is just the Mobo that I ended up using, and I'm just installing my RAM. I managed to get 32 gigs of RAM, which I was very happy about. And yeah, as I install the RAM, I'll go ahead and tell you the backstory of this PC a little bit. So I was able to buy my dream PC because I made a little bit of money off crypto. I got pretty lucky, so I wanted to spend it on something that I would use every day and would be extremely valuable to me. So I decided, why not build a PC? Because my last PC that I built was much less powerful than the PC I'm currently building, and that lasted like 6 years. I built that when I was 15, and that lasted 6 years. So I'm very happy to upgrade now, 6 years later, and I finally have 32 gigs of RAM at a high speed. And yeah, as you can see, I installed it hit there, and next things next, I'm going to install the CPU. CPU I ended up using was an Intel i9 because at the time Best Buy had a really good deal on it. It was like $300 off or something. So I ended up going with that. I do like AMD CPUs, but that deal was too good to pass up. The next clip you're seeing here is me trying to get the IO shield in place. As you can see, that was like a real bitch to install. Normally that takes 2 seconds. It took me like over 20 minutes, but I just go ahead and cut and show you me fully installing it. Next, I just wanted to situate the power supply. I got a Corsair 850 watt. And I just wanted to see if it sits well there. As I didn't mention before, but my case is a really mini cube type case, which I'm really happy about. I always wanted to do a mini PC build, so I went ahead and did it. And I got all these crazy parts to fit in a mini PC case, which I'm pretty happy about. And yeah, so you know about the CPU, you know about the RAM. The graphics card that I ended up going with is a Nvidia 3080, which I'm very happy about. And at the time when I bought it, those are extremely difficult to get. 3080s were sold out everywhere. So what I ended up using was coding a Discord bot that notifies me whenever Amazon has a 3080 in stock. And eventually I was there and it did work, and I got a really good 3080 off Amazon for retail price, which I'm very happy about. I did not have to buy it from scalpers for hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the retail. So in this clip that you've been watching, I'm just situating all the studs for the motherboard. Then I'm going to put the motherboard over the studs, then I'm going to screw it down. This is not the most fun process of a PC build, but at the same time, you're getting close to finishing when you have all the parts screwed down into the case. As you can see, I pushed it up against the IO shield. I'm trying to make sure that it fits right. I'm making sure that all the screws line up. Funny story about this build, actually, the Mobo that you're looking at was not what I ended up going with, because it did not support my RAM speed, and it didn't let me overclock my RAM. So unfortunately, I had to disassemble my whole PC again, move all the parts, send that Mobo back to Newegg, and then order a different one, which is pretty much exactly the same, except the RAM slots supported higher speeds, so I was able to overclock my RAM. It was a tedious process to do the return, order the new one, disassemble, reassemble, but my opinion, if you're going to do a big PC build, you should do it right. And that's why I ended up doing that, which I'm happy I did. And yeah, as I finish up installing the Mobo, I'm going to go ahead into the next clip coming up right here. And yeah, so you're probably wondering what cooling I went with. And I ended up going with the NZXT all-in-one water cooling CPU cooler. And right now, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm just installing the 2 little fans to the radiator. And then once these 2 fans are installed, I'm going to be attaching the radiator to the front of my PC case, because my PC case is so small that was the only place that this big chunky radiator would fit. So it's right on the front, basically pushing the hot air into the radiator and out of the case. My PC does get really hot and does end up heating my room a little bit because it's such a small case with such powerful parts, such as the 3080, the i9, that it is gonna get hot. It's such a small little case. But besides that, I have no complaints about using a mini case. Everything else about it is amazing. It's even more portable. It looks nice. It looks like a nice little cube. And yeah, and as you can see, I'm screwing this in. I'm using the good old butter knife. Classic. Well, actually right there, I'm using a screwdriver and then butter knife to finish it off. I think we've all done that at one point or another. And yeah, I'm just finishing up the CPU case, and I ended up waiting for the 3080 to arrive. It came at a later date, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you pictures of that right now. And here is the 3080 from the front. It's quite a big graphics card. Here's the 3080 from the back. Actually, here are the ports. We have the HDMI, we have the display port, and here are all the boxes. The graphics card, the motherboard, the CPU, all of that stuff. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to start posting every Saturday.